Hi, I'm Aaron Birkby, and this is Peter Ellis.
And we are entrepreneurs in residence as part of the QUT Entrepreneurship team. And we're also the program facilitators for the Entrepreneurship programs. We're going to run you through some examples and some stories and highlight different ways that entrepreneurial thinking can be applied to even your life, whether it be being a freelancer in your own industry or field or while you're studying, or even how to impact the environment or do some social good with some entrepreneurial ventures.
It's for anyone who's curious about entrepreneurship and how they might be able to apply it to their future career path.
It's probably a good idea to actually have a look at some entrepreneurs and see what type of people are actually entrepreneurs. And this is usually the bit that most people get stuck on. Firstly, the word entrepreneur. Second, the word entrepreneurship. And then thirdly, does it even resonate with you? What does it mean? Are you one of those types of people? What did you think that they were? What do they look like? What do they do? What sort of skills do they have? And most people tend to opt out so early in the piece just because the word does not resonate with them, mostly because they don't understand it or they don't actually know how multi-dimensional entrepreneurship is and how you can possibly get involved from so many different backgrounds and different ways of engaging with entrepreneurship as a whole and even having an entrepreneurial mindset. So people like Richard Branson are definitely the poster children or poster people or iconic entrepreneurs that tend to be associated with the word entrepreneurship and being entrepreneurial. The risk takers, the people that start companies from the ground up, who have a single idea and end up creating empires around it. And then more recently or modern technology or high growth technology companies like Facebook, Google, Apple, all have entrepreneurs behind those brands and the icons that sit on our phones and our laptops and our iPads. So in addition to those founders and entrepreneurs who now lead quite large companies and have had a varied background on how they even started, you've also got something else which we like to call everyday entrepreneurs or innovators or sometimes inventors. But these people have created businesses or products out of either by mistake or out of an opportunity that they didn't actually set out with a mission to become an entrepreneur or create a business. It was an opportunity, or there was a gap in the market, or they discovered something that which later they could commercialize. And some of these people, for example, Michaela is the CEO and founder of In Digital Storytelling, started off as basically a storytelling application where it was using virtual reality and augmented reality, where you could hold up a phone in an iconic location and hear the indigenous story behind that location. It's since now evolved into a platform teaching the digital skills for young students so they can actually gamify some of this application and also learn a little bit more about their indigenous heritage. Then we've also got a young school-based entrepreneur who took the difficulty of being bullied and transforming that experience into creating an enterprise now, which she sells socks called the Shielded Socks, which empower the wearers to have a more positive mindset and to empower them to have their own secret little message that they wear every day on the bottom of their feet to empower them and help create a little bit more positivity around being bullied at school. And there is also a charity element to that as well, to raise funds for other students who are also victims of bullying. So again, the show highlights that you can be an entrepreneur at any age with any focus, as long as you are passionate about it and you can actually apply some skills and a bit of a formula at the end to commercialize it and make it a business.
And then as well as founders setting up for-profit enterprises and businesses, we're also seeing a lot more entrepreneurs in the social enterprise space. So these are social and impact entrepreneurs, including locally based out of here in Brisbane, the Orange Sky Boys with Orange Sky Laundry, who have rebuilt vans equipped with washing machines to provide facilities to the homeless to actually have clean clothes. And then Who Gives a Crap, which is a toilet paper subscription service where you can subscribe and toilet paper is delivered to you. It's quite quality toilet paper, but also in really nice packaging that makes you feel great. And then finally, Keep Cups, which we take for granted now. But Abigail and her brother Jamie had 4 cafes in Melbourne, and they noticed the wastage that was going out of their stores every single day with the takeaway coffee cups and decided to do something about it. They got up and actually formed the Keep Cup product and took it to market. And all of these are just great examples of Aussie inventions. Aussies are quite inventive. We actually invented Wi-Fi, Google Maps, the safe and sound baby capsule, and even the inflatable slide, the emergency exit on aircraft, which was invented by a Qantas employee. All of these are used around the world. They're household products. Many of these, like Wi-Fi, is embedded in so many millions, if not billions, of devices around the world. We also have invented a ton of other things, including the black box flight recorder, the currency that we have here, the polymer-based plastic currency, was an Australian invention that's now been adopted around the world. Cochlear ear implants, the wine casket, the Hills hoist, the ultrasound, and Gardasil vaccine have all been, and the wing keel, of course, from winning the America's Cup as well, were all invented by Aussies. And the point of this is that often when we think of entrepreneurs, we think of the business side, but all of these inventors, all of these people who've invented something have to also take those ideas to market. And perhaps they license them, perhaps they do build a business around them. But even if you are that mad scientist, this entrepreneurial mindset is what takes your invention to the world and to the market.
There's also the concept of everyday entrepreneurship. And this is one of the key blockers to entrepreneurship. Like I mentioned earlier, that the non-affiliation with the word being an entrepreneur. And so there's so many people out there doing amazing things that they probably would never call themselves an entrepreneur, but they're absolutely in business. They're creating their own jobs. They are creating a business backed off an idea or their own creativity. So you've got buskers, you've got small businesses, you've got hairdressers, you've got mechanics, you've got dentists running their own practices, you've got farmers. So any time where somebody is creating something, they're innovating, they're inventing, they're being innovative, and they're basically creating their own enterprises. That is all forms of entrepreneurship. So they don't always look like Mark Zuckerberg and Facebook, and Google and Apple, even though they are absolutely the poster children or poster people for entrepreneurship. It all comes in so many different forms, and there is absolutely space for everybody from all different faculties, industries, levels of experience to get involved in entrepreneurship.
So as we come to the end of this video, we hope that you have an understanding of entrepreneurship, but also some insights into how you might apply it to your future career path.
So regardless of where you're at, if you're brand new to entrepreneurship or if you're a seasoned entrepreneur, we would love to see you in one of our events or our programs, or stop by the community anytime.